Hello, welcome to Brother Be Well. I'm your host, Justin Martinez, and this is the BBW Youth Chat Series. I'm super stoked to talk about how we're going to become our own visionary today. Helping me out during this discussion is Associate Marriage and Family Therapist from HearYou.org, Malik Sampson. We also have Brother Be Well Clinical Advisor and Marriage Family Therapist, Christian Jacobs. We also have our youth guests in attendance, Diego Martinez and Richard Toledo. How's it going, gentlemen? Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you. Going good.
Right on. I'm glad to have you all. It's always a pleasure to sit and chat with you guys. These discussions are always great. So let's jump right into it. Become your own visionary. I took a walk this morning, and like I said, I wasn't really feeling as motivated as I usually am on Mondays. So I took a seat and I was sitting at the beach. I started breathing and practicing my breath in and out, in and out. And I started to think about the topic of envisioning who I want to be in the future, what that man looks like physically, his physique, what kind of career that man has, what he dresses like, what he acts like, how he treats other people, and the things that he would manifest in his life in the future. I'm thinking 10, 20 years down the road. And it made me think that maybe I did envision where I am in my life and where I am in my life currently. So I just wanted to open up the discussion with you guys on, have you ever envisioned anything in your life? Have you ever manifested it through your own vision or thoughts?
Yeah, when I was younger, so I've always been like into shoes and clothes, but like that stuff's like expensive, right? Like that's an expensive hobby and interest to have. So I started finding ways to make money, and eventually I got like a little collection going. And when I was a kid, I was like, dang, I'm never gonna be able to afford those Jordans and stuff. But like, I know it sounds like silly, but to me at that time, it was like important that I could work to get something that I wanted, and I made it happen.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I've always thought about who I want to be in the future. Even since I was a little kid, I've always been a planner. I've always been thinking about where I'm going to be or where I want to be 5 years, 10 years from now. And, those things that I have planned out for myself. So far, I'm on the right track, in terms of going to college and getting an education and pursuing the career that I want to pursue, abiding by those rules, those social rules of, being respectful to others, and, just overall being a man. And again, that comes, being a man for me, it's like having respect, being educated, treating other people the way you want to be treated, honesty, integrity. And so I always think about those things every single time that I just sit or I'm alone.
Right. Yeah, definitely. I've always heard that the definition of a man is responsibility. So a lot of those things that you mentioned, Richard, fall under being responsible for respecting people, for treating others with respect, and for cultivating whatever it is that we want in our lives. What else does that mean for you, Christian and Malik? What is a visionary?
So when I say visionary, for me, when I think about visionary, I think of the way I wanted to see, the way that I see myself in this stuff currently. And one personal visionary that I had for myself was manifesting my career in a way that I can work at a position. I work at a job where most of the time it doesn't feel like work. And that was something that was very, when I look at my visionary, and that also has evolved over time because right now I was fortunate enough to where I was able to manifest myself into my dream position of working in private practice therapy and working with individual clients. But as I grow, I see that my vision evolves, and I figure out other ways to implement that vision, right? So to be more specific, when I think of the fact that now I'm finally working in the field that I love and I express myself through my job, I'm now looking at other ways I can do so other than just talk therapy. And what other ways can I implement this natural ability into this natural ability that I have for therapy, but also else can I do that in a way where work doesn't feel like work beyond what it's doing now?
I see. Definitely. Christian, go ahead.
Yeah, well, first I must say I wish I was as focused and ambitious as everyone else. First starting off, I was all over the place, initially trying to find my career and my desire and what I wanted to do, just really early in my career. I went from being, working in security, to being a teacher, working in a classroom and felt that wasn't a fit, to, working, in politics and, trying to get into that field, and that wasn't a good field, to now being a therapist. It's really finding my calling. So, I take my hat off to you all that have a vision early and have a goal and a dream early and sticking to that, because a small percentage of people really do the job that they dream and make them happy. Majority of people in the workforce are working a job that they can't stand and don't like. So that's really good to hear that you guys, have a vision and you're sticking to that vision. People go through college, 4 years through college and end up going into a field that they didn't even go to school for and they wasted $100,000 on. So, first I just want to say hats off to you guys for, having that vision and that dream. I think for me, it's really about experimenting and with my vision. Since I didn't have that, that I want to be this when I first, in my career, really experimenting and knowing that everything doesn't have to have a paycheck attached to it. Meaning that sometimes you have to volunteer, sometimes you have to try jobs that don't pay and that don't have any money attached to it. And that's really how I found a vision for me. Just really experimenting, trying different jobs and internships and, putting myself out there, saying, hey, do you have, 10 hours a week that I can work at your job and learn more? And the thing about it is when you put that on a resume, they don't ask you, well, sometimes they do, but 9 times out of 10, they don't say, did you get paid for it? They want to know if you got the experience out of it.
Right.
So you can go work for a law firm office and volunteer. You can put that on your resume. So that was really my goal and my vision, is really putting myself out there and, kind of experimenting with the world and the workforce and what my vision was and what I wanted to do in life.
Right. No, and it's something that I've practiced in my life too. Christian, is just like not ever saying no to opportunities, putting myself out there. Yeah, I'll try that. If I have the time, sure, I'll try that. Yeah, I'll take, this internship and I'll jump on these youth chats and I'll try to host, because speaking has been a part of my life since I was in elementary school, so I think it's followed me and it has become a part of my vision that I do want to inspire people. I do want to speak to people and, tell my story and help others. So in a way, I did envision those types of things, to what led me right here into this very moment.